Hola, hello, and welcome to this pre-recorded Flex session to give you an understanding and some different ways that San Joaquin Delta College is currently supporting Chicanx, Latine, Hispanic, any other self-identifier that folks may want to use. For the purposes of our presentation today, we're going to use all of these words interchangeably. So if you hear Latino, Latina, Latine, Latinx, Chicanx, Hispanic, we're referencing the same group of folks. Welcome. My name is Adriana Brogger, and I am a faculty member. I teach digital media here at San Joaquin Delta College. I have been a full-time faculty member since 2016. Before that, I was a student and I've been an adjunct. And so I am familiar with our campus, but every year recommitted to becoming more familiar with our campus and our incoming students. I am also in this presentation coming forward as a co-chair of CLF. And in that, you are going to learn more about what CLF, or the Chicanx Latine Faculty Task Force, is. You'll also learn about La Raza Employees Association. You'll also learn and understand that we have our Dreamers Success Center. And so together, this group of folks that you're going to meet on this pre-recorded call are going to be talking about these elements, but we are a vast group of other folks across campus from different disciplines and areas. And so we welcome you to learn about our resources, our programs. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to my colega Ysaura.
Thank you, Adriana. And I'm so excited to be with you all today and to just be able to share a little bit of what it is that we do and what it is that brings us together as a large collective group. And before I get into that, I want to take a brief moment to give a special thanks on behalf of all of us at CLF to our outgoing co-chair, Dr. Stacy Bagnasco, my fellow counselor. Thank you so much for your past 2 years of service. And so I'm here today now as also the new incoming co-chair, and I just am excited to be working with Adriana, who is a powerhouse for CLF and our campus at large, and just really excited to be here and to share a little bit about our roles. And again, I'm a general counselor. I specialize in transfer, and I'm happy to announce that this year we are, the counseling department is offering a first-year experience course for Latinx students, and this is our second year doing so. And really excited that through our CLF efforts, we were able to put this course together within our department, and I'm just excited to continue serving our community. And I've been here at Delta for over 10 years. And with that being said, welcome everyone. And I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to my colleague, Tina Leal, who is part of our Dreamer Success Center and serves as our Student Services Program Coordinator.
Thank you, Sada. Like Sada said, my name's Tina Leal. I am the Student Services Program Support Coordinator of the Dreamer Success Center. I have been in this role since January 3rd of 2023. It's an honor to be in this role to serve our out-of-state undocumented students on campus and in our community at large. I am also, like Adriana, I was a student. I've been on campus since 2004. I am a classified employee full-time since 2007. So again, it's an honor to sit amongst colegas and everyone to serve and welcome you guys to Delta College and welcome you to the Dreamer Success Center. And I would like to introduce my colleague, Claudia Navarro, that is the president of La Raza Employees Association.
Thank you, Tina. Hello, everyone. My name is Claudia Navarro. I am the Administrative Assistant for Student Services, Access and Equity. I'm also the chair of La Raza Employees Association, also known as LREA. And I'd like to welcome you. Thank you for this opportunity. It's an honor.
All right. And again, I would like to remind you that while you're meeting the four of us today, we represent a larger number of faculty and staff and managers who are involved in all of our efforts as CLF, LREA, and supporting the Dreamer Success Center, as well as Spark. Spark is another entity that exists within our college that stands for support, protection, access, resources, and knowledge. And this was created in December of last year in order to really support our students who might be feeling more vulnerable in a climate that is not kind to them. And for this specifically, we're going to name our LGBTQ and immigrant students. And it was really important to us to make sure that our students understand that in the state of California, supporting our students means all of our students. In the next part of what we're going to share, you'll learn a little bit of history about each of the departments or organizations. And why is this important? This is really important because recently we've learned that over 58% of our incoming class to San Joaquin Delta College last fall self-identified as Latine. We know that because of our feeder schools being over 60% Latine self-identifying, we know that that number is going to increase. And so while we serve a large, diverse population at San Joaquin Delta College, we also have to be cognizant of the high proportion of our students that come from a Latine background. And our role is to really make sure that we are designing programming, that we are providing services where these students see themselves. And when we design intentional, grounded, cultural programming, that allows not just that population to see themselves, but it also will support all of our students because we will ensure that we're creating environments that are really healthy. And so with that, we're going to go ahead and start out with, first, I'm going to pass it to Ysaura to share a little bit of the CLF history.
Okay, so CLF has been in existence since 2021, and we were actually officially chartered as of June of 2021. And originally, a group of faculty, Latine faculty, came together and just spearheaded this effort to have an established and recognized faculty group that could advocate and be the voice of the Latine lens through multiple areas pertaining to hiring practices, professional development, support programming for our incoming and continuing students, and really just centered on being representative of the needs of our students on campus, as well as our community at large. And so over the years, CLF has evolved in how we go about and move through and navigate the needs and the changes on our campus. And currently, we are now under the Education Task Force, which is led by our college president, Dr. Aguilera Lawrenson. And so we really aim at continuing the work that was established over 5 years ago and just being that advocate and voice on campus.
Thank you, Ysaura. Next, let's hear from Tina Leal with History on the Dreamer Success Center.
Thank you, Adriana. So the Dreamer Success Center was, of course, it was advocated before 2019 when we were established, when the center actually opened, and it all became about with our undocumented immigrant students for DACA, right? And we had a group of faculty, board of trustees, students, especially students. I want to emphasize the student part because the students was a big movement of getting to the board of trustees, advocacy, showing advocacy at the board meetings over and over again, that we needed a safe space for our undocumented students to have where they could go as a hub to gain these resources. in a safe place where they don't have to go from one center to another center, another department to another department, sharing sensitive information. So now we established the Dreamer Success Center, and we had our grand opening October of 2022. And I'm happy to say that the Dreamer Success Center is growing, and we are continuing to add more resources. We're also working with CLF, working with Spark, working with the president's office and faculty, and especially classified staff, to help just, keep you guys educated, keep you guys informed on the resources that you guys have at hand for our students as a whole. And it's beautiful. So I welcome you guys all to the Dreamer Success Center. For those of you that never been to the Dreamer Success Center, it's on the second floor of Hope 201. I welcome you. As I always say, es tu casa. Come on over, have a cup of coffee, come and check it out. One other area in the center that I would like to highlight is the meditation prayer room that's open for anybody and everybody. So please come on out and check out the Dreamer Center. And I'm happy to share a little bit of history of the importance of the Dreamer Success Center for our undocumented students. Thank you.
Thank you, Tina. Fantastic. Now we're going to move over to Claudia Navarro, who's going to share some of the history about La Raza Employees Association. Claudia?
Hello again. I would like to share some of the history of La Raza Employees Association. It was established in 1981, so a little bit over 30 years. I'm glad and honored to be part of the association, to continue for many more years to come. It was established by a group of classified professionals as well as faculty members. And these members were former students who recognized that there was a need for additional support for students to continue with their education. And they wanted to ensure that future generations did not have these monetary obstacles as they encountered. So they established a scholarship, and this scholarship has grown over the years. And we have been able to help support students with a little bit over 100,000 in the past 30 years. And we would love to continue supporting our students with these scholarships for many more years to come. And this original group envisioned paying it forward. So not only do we offer the scholarships for our students, but we also welcome them to give back when they're able to, meaning that they pay it forward to continue this scholarship. The scholarship was established, but in order to continue it, we have offered several different opportunities, meaning fundraisers over the years in different ways. One of them is Dia de las Madres, Mother's Day. We have donated baskets that people purchase, and these donations go into the scholarship. Another one is monetary donations by also having the option to become a member of La Raza Employees Association and having a payroll deduction or just a one-time yearly donation. Other fundraisers include Taco Tuesday. We have gotten together with a vendor who has graciously given us the opportunity to fundraise and giving us a good portion and sometimes 100% of the earnings for these scholarships. Another one is Dia de los Muertos. We have offered Dia de los Muertos every year, and we have changed it from pozole, a pozole meal, or tamal meal. And this purchase of the meal can be donated to a student or for yourself, and this money also goes into that fundraiser for the scholarship account. And we look forward to getting more members and more donations.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Claudia. Now you have learned a little bit more, or maybe you already knew some of this history, and some of us who've been on campus for a while, you're thinking back to those times when one of these initiatives, or perhaps the Dreamer Success Center, was started. I think it's really important, and I'm grateful for Tina to highlight the fact that that was very student-led, and everything that all of us do at the heart of that are our students. We're now going to introduce a little bit about who we are personally. You heard us say that we welcome people to use whatever language resonates for them regarding how they want to self-identify. And that's really important to recognize that our students, in terms of Latine, Hispanic students, are not not one specific country or area, but rather all across the globe, different representations. And here within the United States, folks who are from Stockton, people who speak Spanish, who speak English, who speak another language. There are many dialects all across the country. And so with that, we're each going to share a little bit about ourselves. And I am someone who came to the United States as a little girl. So I'm a first-generation immigrant. I was born in San Jose, Costa Rica, and I grew up speaking Spanish. I was an ESL student when I enrolled in public schools in Stockton Unified. And then as I grew up, I went through that phase of not wanting to speak Spanish at all and kind of rejecting that idea. And so that's something that resonates for me, this idea of thinking about who I am and what parts of my personal story may or may not resonate with some of the students that we're talking to. And it's with wanting to share a little bit about who we are and how we see the world. It's important because our students may connect more with one person over another person. And the more that we can share our authentic stories and who we are, the more that we can create a space for compassion. And so I do like to share my story with my students, and I do that as a faculty member during week 1 of every semester, where I share not just the fact that I was born in Costa Rica, but that my space to coming into the community college system in California was my route for higher education, because by the time I came back to school, I was a parent. So I already at that point had 3 sons when I enrolled in Delta College for the second time. And the first time was right after high school, but that ended up not being the perfect time for me. And I came back to school when I was 26 years old, and I had 3 sons, and I was majoring in early childhood education. At that point, that semester, I found out that I was expecting my 4th baby. And my son knows this story, that at that time I cried and I thought, okay, maybe this isn't my time to go back to school. Should I just drop out and come back later? And that is a very real experience that so many of us have. Maybe it's not a pregnancy, but it's something else where you're thinking, is this my time? And so I had the support of my husband, of my mother, who said, you can do this. My husband said, you can do this. We were actually enrolled at Delta at the same time. He was in the nursing program. I was here. So many years later, we have finished Delta, gone on to advanced degrees, but that's part of our story. That's how I show up in the classroom with students. And I let them know what my story is, because it's important to recognize that when we see each other, whether we're staff or faculty or students, we may see each other in just these brief moments where we imagine that people are always who they are in that moment. But the truth is, there's so much history behind each of us. And so I like to share that with students so that they know my way of representing not just Costa Rica, but Centro America, and how that's something that I come to the table when I come into these spaces as. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to Ysaura.
Thank you. A little bit about myself. I am too also a product of Delta College. I always love to talk about that. I'm from Stockton, so I'm a Stockton native. My mother was a little girl when she moved from Mexico and came to California and grew up in the States. So I'm second generation. And I did not learn how to speak English until I was in kindergarten. And so just like you, Adriana, I did not want to speak Spanish after that for that fear, right? That fear of losing the English that you work so hard to learn. And so I share that because in my counseling sessions, a lot of times I meet students that are language learners and really wanting to acclimate to college and really just learn the language and being someone who has always lived between both cultures, right? The American culture, Mexican culture. I also bring that being a Latina from a traditional family and understanding how sometimes our parents don't understand what it is to be in higher education and wanting to transfer out or wanting to pursue a career beyond 2 years. And so I share those type of experiences with students because I really see it as an opportunity for us to coach them and help them navigate a process that we've been through. Right. And being able to have those conversations with their parents. Now that I'm a mother, I think I have a different lens as well. So I always kind of share that perspective with students. And when they're having conversations and trying to understand their parents, I share that. And I like to share the fact that I'm a mother of 2 boys with autism because that has definitely impacted my life and how I approach my teaching and my counseling. And even in the Latino community, that is something that sometimes is not often talked about. And so I find ways to connect with students and students pick up that I understand what it is to have an IEP or have learning challenges and just being able to support them here at Delta and navigate that process because sometimes we just don't talk about it enough in our community and being able to share all those different pieces that make us and really break that wall because I remember being a college student and not wanting to talk to faculty members because they seemed like someone very far away when we're just really just like them. And so that's just a little bit of me in a nutshell. Thank you.
Awesome, Ysaura. Thank you so much. Let's hear from Tina.
Hi. Oh gosh. Both of your guys' stories resonate with me, and I'm sure that resonates with a lot that are listening right now. So a little bit about me. Both of my parents migrated to the States, so they were undocumented. And it's just crazy how the world happens because now I'm running a center for undocumented. It's an honor. A little bit, not like you ladies. I had to learn Spanish because I was raised also by my grandma, and she only knew Spanish. So I had to learn Spanish. So I was born and raised in Southside Stockton. So I had to learn Spanish, and it was an honor to learn it. And now, again, it serves me in my role here at Delta College. I am a product of teen pregnancy. I have 5 daughters, all the way from the age of 30 to 13 now, and I am a product of Delta College. I'm a product of Stockton, California. This is my community. I take great pride in what Delta not only does here at Delta College, but in the community as a whole, because if you are at the events, you see Delta College moving about in one way, shape, or form. So I take great pride in that. I'm also an individual that will help anybody and everybody from all walks of life. As I said, teen pregnancy, drugs had taken over my family, alcoholism, and so on and so forth. So again, just a product of Stockton in all the ways that maybe one wouldn't like, in all the best ways as well. So again, I tell my students, and when I have presentations, no hay excusas, there's no excuses. So whatever they come to me, I'm going to help find a solution. Like Ysaura says, there might be some topics that we don't discuss in our community, but I love to bring those topics to the forefront, and I help find resources. And that's something that I am very proud that I'm able to do for all nationalities, races, and walks of life. So that's just what I bring to the table. And if anybody don't know where to go on campus, again, I've been here since 2004. Come and talk to me and we'll figure it out together. Thank you.
Love that, Tina. Thank you so much. Now we're going to pass it off to Claudia.
Thank you, Adriana. A little bit about me. I was born in Morelos, Zacatecas, Mexico. I was brought to the U.S. by my mom as a single mom when I was 6. I started going to second grade, not knowing a word of English, so it was a challenge. But I did have my little brother, who's a year younger than me, who was here a year before me, start teaching me. And one of the ways was watching TV and asking him, watching a lot of Bruce Lee movies. So that was very helpful. Going to school and learning from him. It was interesting, learning from my little brother and not the other way around. Um, so I was in a similar way as Adriana. I was in ESL for a few years. I attended high school. Unfortunately, by the time I graduated in 99, I had just missed the deadline for DACA. So I was not able to go to college. I was looking forward to going to Chabot College in Hayward, which was down the street from my house. But unfortunately, I didn't make it. But I did keep working and moving forward. I got married at a young age, which was right after high school as well. I have 5 boys. My oldest is 25, my youngest is 13. And now I'm actually going to college with them. So hopefully I'll be graduating soon, and I look forward to that. Growing up, I was being the oldest. I became the secretary for my parents, the translator as well. And so I know the process, the long, long process of not being one way to become a permanent resident, to get, or to even become a citizen. It took me over 20 years. So I know it's a different timeline in getting their legal status. So I know that that conversation alone is a taboo. We don't share with just anyone. So it's a privilege to be able to talk to students who are willing to share that information, and that they're willing to share it with you. And so I love hearing everyone's story, because everybody's is very similar, but very unique at the same time. Everybody has that different background, the different situations and obstacles that they've went through. But at the same time, we're all going and moving forward to getting those goals met, whatever goal that may be. And being here at the college has helped me tremendously, learning more about everybody's different background and what got them to where they're at now, and what their goals are moving forward. I love the fact that my mom has always been a resourceful woman, being a single parent with 3 kids. And so she taught me to be resourceful, and that's a strong point, or a strength that she gave me. And I love to be a resource to anyone who needs help, whether in the community or here on campus, and getting to know colleagues here on campus as well. Working here for over 15 years, and just knowing people that I can relate to, go to, share information with, and them also supporting me to be able to support our students. So that's a little bit about me.
Thank you, Claudia. Thank you. And we hope that by hearing a little bit of our own personal stories, that gives a snapshot of how diverse our community is. And important to share with our students that there are folks on campus who want to support them, want to mentor them, really want to champion them. And for all of us, the message here is that one way that you can support our students is by sharing your personal story in interactions that you have with them, whether your faculty, maybe sharing a bit of your personal story, and creating space for students to share their stories helps to build community and connection in our classes. Sometimes we're so quick to try to cover material and course material and just focus on that we kind of skip over the human elements, but it's really important for us to try to grow a sense of belonging and connection. So we'd like to remind everybody of that. Now, next up, what we want to do is give you a preview of what you can expect from each of our areas in this fall, and then even going into next semester. And so to start us off with that, let's hear a little bit from CLF with Ysaura.
Okay, so currently, and I think you'll probably be speaking about this a little bit more in detail, Adriana, is our current efforts are centered with our LISTOS program, which is a program aimed at supporting our continuing students within the health sciences. And so that is just one of the big efforts or main efforts that we're focusing on this upcoming semester. And what I really would like to do is take this moment to invite you all to reach out to whether it's Adriana or myself to let us know if there is any programming or any need that you see on campus that perhaps hasn't been addressed or maybe needs more attention, or maybe just an idea of something that we could do through CLF to voice and bring together and just really provide support, continued support for our students and our colleagues here on campus. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ysaura. And yes, for sure, we do want to hear from everyone. One of the things that as we launch this semester, we want people to be aware of and looking ahead is that September 15th through October 15th is Latine Heritage Month or Hispanic Heritage Month, or again, whatever language identifier people want to use there. That month celebrates the independence of Mexico as well as countries throughout Central and South America. And it's really important to us to showcase events that happen on campus. And they don't have to be formal events. If there's something that you are looking at, whatever content you teach or whichever way that you interact with students, think about, could there be something intentional that you bring to the table during that month to offer and to highlight? Maybe if you're teaching a certain course, is there someone, a contributor from a Latin American country that you can highlight so that the students can see themselves in your curriculum? For us, this is going to be an event that we will host together with everybody who's on the call is going to be supporting an event and a kickoff that we have on campus for Latine Heritage Month. And it will happen this year. I'm looking at my calendar. On Thursday, September 17th, will be Pachanga Presente. And Pachanga is a party. Presente is here, present, right? So it's our I'm here, I'm showing up party to celebrate Latinidad. And we will be co-hosting this with ASDC, who have been our partners for this event for several years now. And it's just a really fun event that takes place in the quad in the center of campus. And so on that day, what you can expect is bring a Latin American flag if you have one, because it is literally a flag parade. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have a flag and you would like to show up, you're more than welcome to come and be part of it. We have flags that were purchased through our partnership with the Puente program, and Daniel Fernandez, his team got the flags, and we bring them out every year because Puente partners with us, ASDC, the Dreamer Success Center, La Raza Employees Association has been out there fundraising in the past, selling things. It's really a way for our students to see Latina representation on campus. And if you don't want to be part of the flag parade, you can also just wear a traditional outfit that day. And it doesn't have to be that your country of origin is this Latin American country. It can be a country that you have visited, that you love. It can be a jersey from a soccer player. We just want to highlight and represent. So we kick it off with Pachanga Presente, September 17th. And then I run here at Delta College together with my coworker Leo, we run 93.5 KWDC Delta College Radio. And during that month, we play Latine programming, and we shout out that this is something that Delta College is celebrating. And other ways that we can do this is by inviting you to host something. We've done different kinds of programs, and we want you to know that if you have an idea, please reach out to us so that we can share that as well. And yes, LISTOS is a program that CLF has been co-collaborating with a number of partners, both on and off campus. So the Dreamer Success Center, DART, our Career Technical and Education and Workforce Development Program, Health Sciences, and an external partner, Health Force Partners. All together, we are coming together with academic advisors, with faculty in health sciences to support our current students, as Ysaura already noted. This is not a program where we're recruiting students. We have said that anecdotally, we've heard that there are a number of Latinx students who want to pursue, whether it's a career in nursing or another health sciences pathway. These students are very interested in that. But then what happens is they might take a prerequisite course where they fail that class, and they take that challenge as an indicator that they should give up on that dream. And we say, no, in LISTOS, we are saying, nope, come back, because you should know that it's not the challenges that define us, but rather our reaction to them, and that you're not alone in the journey, that you belong in healthcare, that your culture has value, your language has value, your experiences, the lived experiences that you bring have value. So LISTOS is designed as an outreach program for our current students who otherwise might have given up on that. We're calling them up and saying, come back. We want to connect you to your faculty, to your academic advisors, and to each other to build a community. And this has been a resoundingly, just a super incredibly successful program. And we would like to envision a program like LISTOS, different areas for career technical education, for all of the areas, for English, to really have our students focus on the fact that they can do it, because getting through college doesn't have to be a solo project. We can do it in community. And to tell us more about the community being offered through the Dreamer Success Center this fall, I'm going to pass it over to Tina.
Gracias, Adriana. Thank you. Okay, so the Dreamer Success Center is pretty active on campus and in the community. For fall, one of our biggest is Undocumented Success Week. Used to be known as Undocumented Student Action Week. Now they have it as Success Week. And that's going to be October 19th through the 23rd. You're going to see a campus-wide email that's going to showcase a week long of events, and that segues into our conference that would be on the 24th of October that will be held at Delta College. You'll see more about that. These events are so important, because if you can't attend, you could at least pass that information on to your students. You could make an announcement in your classrooms. You could put it on your syllabus. You could throw it in your Canvas. You could let the students know, don't forget, you have these resources, you have these events, you have these workshops. And again, most of the students, a lot of the students, I should say, might not be undocumented, but they know somebody in their family that is undocumented. So it's so important, especially now in these times that we're in, that we let our students know that these events should be attended so they could get the vital information so they could share with their family. And then another big one is we have an MOU standing with United Farm Workers Foundation that comes on campus virtual every second Wednesday of the month, and every fourth Wednesday of the month. We have in-house legal services for our faculty, staff, and students. So they could come out and get that vital information to ask legal questions. There you will see announcement through your campus-wide emails, letting you guys know date and time. I always have food, so please come out, get your lunch, get informed, get vital information. I also want to echo that in the Dreamer Success Center, you have red cards, you have posters, you got stickers that you could put in your classroom, on your Canvas, on your syllabus, letting those students know when they see those stickers or those posters up that you're a safe place that they could go to. So I want to echo that. Come to the center and I'll hook you up with all kinds of goodies, all free from the Dreamer Success Center, just so that way we can make sure that the students know that you are an ally. So those are a little bit of the events, but we'll also be out there tabling. You'll see us at all the Welcome Back, Welcome Week, Mustang resource fairs. Anywhere you'll see a big yellow tablecloth that says Dreamer Success Center. Come up to the table and say, hey, what do you guys got going on next? And we'll be able to share all of our upcoming events. And I want to echo the Pachanga event for September 17th that Adriana mentioned, because that is a fiesta. It is a party. There is food. There is a photo booth. Adriana goes all out with her events. So you want to be a part of that. I'm happy to be a part of it. You'll see my ambassadors that are in the Dreamer Center out there tabling. Go and ask them questions. Ask them what services we have. Again, emphasize, echo, legal services. That's a big plus for our students. Financial aid assistance, legal services, one-on-one counseling, mental holistic services in the Dreamer Center. We kind of are just a hub for all of those resources. So hope to see you guys at one of our events. Thank you.
Awesome, Tina. Thank you so much for giving us a look ahead from the Dreamer Success Center. And now let's pass it over to Claudia.
Thank you, Adriana. I would like to share upcoming events for this fall would be our main event is Dia de los Muertos. We love to collaborate with our campus programs such as Dreamer Success Center or our clubs, our student clubs, to do a workshop specifically for Dia de los Muertos. We have had several different workshops, mask making, altar, creating the altar for the day, for the event, inviting faculty, classified, and students to bring a photo of their loved one who has passed, and asking if they would like to be part of the altar. Or helping decorate and learning more about our traditions, our culture, and inviting them to learn more about Dia de los Muertos, why we celebrate it. And we also have other fundraising events. We would love to invite you also to give us some ideas for fundraising. We do have a QR code. We have the link on our website. We would love to invite you to visit our website. Ask us questions, email me, contact me. We also have a payroll deduction. If you're a faculty member or classified professional and you would love to make a monthly donation or a one-time donation, this goes to our scholarships. Again, every year we have these scholarships, and any monetary donation that you make goes into the following year for our students. And this may help them with transportation, food, books, supplies, you name it. And this would help them tremendously. Again, we invite you to ask us any questions, learn more about us, and other events that we're part of throughout the year for the different workshops that we are part of in collaboration with other programs on campus with CLF, Puente, Dreamer Success Center, or our clubs. And we hope to see you out there. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Claudia. So with this, we hope that now you have a better understanding of some of the resources that exist at San Joaquin Delta College. We give you a standing invitation to our spaces to join, to get that payroll deduction turned in. Claudia gave us a lot of really important information. we want to support our community. And hopefully with the information offered to you today, you have some actionable steps of things that you can do, whether that's interacting, putting a statement into your syllabus, whether that is signing up for that payroll deduction. Reminder again, do it. That we want you to know that San Joaquin Delta College has many different ways to invite you into the conversation already. And also, if we have talked about something or we didn't talk about something that you wanted to hear, we want to hear from you. If you're new to Delta, if you're someone who's already been at Delta and you say, listen, I have this idea. We want you to know that everything that exists, even going back to 30 years ago when La Raza Employees Association started, that was something that was created because someone had an idea that they shared with others, and then a collective came around and said, let's do that. That is how CLF has started. That's how Spark has started. That's how LISTOS started. That's how Pachanga started. Bring your ideas. Let's come together and make sure that we are supporting our community. Again, we are highlighting the Latin experience in this call, but by doing that, we also are not ignoring the fact that we're intersectional, that includes students from so many different other areas, that may include our LGBTQ students, that may include Afro-Latino students, that may include, right? Like the list goes on. And in our intersectionality, when we highlight intentional programming for one, that will benefit all of us.
Everybody.
So with that, we would like to say thank you so much. Please reach out to us, and we look forward to seeing you around campus.